Scientists believe that there are still many things we don't know about dogs, but one thing is clear: they value trust above all. If they know they can trust you, you've got the most loyal friend for life. But if that trust is broken, fixing it can be really tough. In this video, we'll talk about 8 easy ways you could be losing your dog's trust without even knowing it. Number 1. Negative associations. When you call your dog, they usually come running with a wagging tail, expecting something good, like a treat or some cuddles. But if you've ever used the come command to call them for something less pleasant, like a bath or leaving the dog park, they will start thinking that you are tricking them. Dogs are pretty smart at picking up patterns. If they start to notice that come sometimes leads to negative experiences, they might begin to think twice before bounding over to you. This extends to using their names. Dogs learn to respond to their names, not because they understand it's their identity, but because they associate it with things happening around them. Usually it means you want their attention. If their name becomes linked with negativity or scolding, they might not respond as happily over time. Interestingly, dogs learn their names through the tone and frequency of how it's used. So keeping the tone positive helps build their trust and ensures they keep coming when called. Number 2. Being overly corrective. Treating dogs as furry little humans is one of the easiest ways to lose their trust. Dogs have their own unique needs and perceptions that don't always align with ours. They do what makes sense to them, which isn't always what makes sense to us, and it's completely fine. For example, if they're digging up your garden, they're not being spiteful. Most likely, they think that they are doing the whole household a favor by hunting for critters. Most animal behaviorists advise to never punish a dog for being a dog. Instead of scolding them for digging, we can redirect their energy into something positive, like a game or a task. This way, they learn what behaviors get them rewards without feeling like they're always doing something wrong. Number 3. Forced interactions. Dogs have their personal bubble and comfort zone. Forcing them into social situations with unfamiliar pets or people can be really stressful for them. Here's something you might not know. Dogs learn a lot through their social interactions, not just about other dogs or people, but also about how to trust us in guiding them through these experiences. If every new face or fellow furball becomes a source of anxiety because they're forced into it, they might start seeing all social encounters as bad news. Paying attention to how they react around others is crucial. Pushing them into interactions when they're clearly uneasy can lead to a breakdown of trust. A helpful tip is to develop a safe word or signal, something that tells them it's okay during new encounters. Consistently using this signal can help ease their anxiety and build their confidence in social situations. Number 4. Breaking promises. Dogs thrive on routine. They love knowing that after breakfast comes a walk and playtime is in the afternoon. This predictability makes them feel secure and builds trust with their owner. Dogs pick up on our habits and cues more than we might realize. They notice the little things, like us grabbing their leash or putting on our shoes, and they start getting excited for what's next. But if we break these patterns without explanation, it can lead to them feeling uncertain and less trusting over time. Interestingly, dogs have a sense of time that's based on the day's routine rather than the clock. They might not know it's exactly 5 p.m., but they definitely sense when it's about time for their dinner or walk based on what's happening around them. This routine helps them understand their world and what to expect from us. Number 5. Ignoring their communication. Dogs are incredibly expressive. They use a range of calming signals like lip licking, yawning, and turning their head away to communicate discomfort or to pacify a situation. By paying close attention to these cues, you become more in tune with their needs and emotions. Now, forcing a dog into a situation they're clearly uncomfortable with can lead to a breakdown in trust. Dogs are pretty smart when it comes to reading emotions, including ours. They can sense when we're upset or happy, and they often respond in kind. If we ignore their attempts to communicate, it can lead to confusion on their part. If your dog seems fearful of something, like loud noises or strangers, don't force them into those situations. Instead, introduce them slowly and from a distance, offering treats and comforting words. This method, known as positive exposure, shows them there's nothing to fear and that you're there to protect them. Number 6. Unpredictable handling. The way we express affection for our dogs can sometimes get lost in translation. Dogs, by nature, value their personal space and might feel threatened by unpredictable physical interactions. Unexpected hugs or being picked up without warning can be unsettling for them. Even if they've grown to accept and even enjoy cuddles, respecting their boundaries is crucial for maintaining trust. A dog's body language, turning their head away, stiffening up, or avoiding eye contact, can tell us when they're not comfortable with our advances. So before going in for a hug or picking them up, softly say their name and wait for a sign of acknowledgement, like a tail wag or an enthusiastic approach. This gentle cue gives them a moment to prepare and consent to the interaction. Number 7. Inadequate socialization. Socialization is like the ABCs of dog life skills. It's the process of introducing your dog to a variety of experiences, different people, animals, environments, and sounds to help them become well-adjusted and confident. When dogs don't get enough social experience, they might become the doggy equivalent of a hermit, nervous, anxious, or even fearful in new situations. Not giving your dog a chance to meet and greet the world can lead to trust issues. They rely on you to show them what's safe and what's not. And if they're thrown into new situations without your support, or worse, if they have bad experiences without you there to reassure them, they might start to question if they can trust you to keep them safe. So, make socialization a part of your routine. During your walk, try new routes and introduce them to new sights, sounds, and smells. Number 8. Misinterpreting play for aggression. When your dog is in play mode, their excitement can sometimes reach levels that might seem a bit over the top. It's all fun and games for them, with bounding energy and maybe a bit of roughhousing. However, this high-spirited behavior can sometimes be mistaken for aggression by us humans. During play, dogs can practice a variety of vocalizations and movements that might seem fierce, but are actually part of their playful repertoire. For example, a growl during play is different in tone from an aggressive growl. Misunderstanding these playful intentions and scolding your dog can send mixed signals. They think they're being punished for simply expressing joy and enthusiasm. To add to that, dogs have a sense of fairness and can feel confused if they're punished for behaviors they don't understand are wrong. Research has shown that dogs can exhibit behaviors that indicate jealousy or distress when they perceive unfair treatment, which can extend to their understanding of their interactions with their owners. Number 9. Ignoring personal space needs. So let's debunk a common myth. The idea that dogs, unlike cats, are always up for human company and don't need personal space. In reality, dogs do have their own space needs, and they are pretty clear about these needs if you know what to look for. They might seek out a quiet corner, turn their body away, or even just walk off to signal they've had enough interaction. A handy tip for respecting your dog's need for space is to create a safe spot for them. This could be a cozy bed in a quiet part of your home, or a special nook with their favorite toys. Make it clear to everyone in the house that this spot is a no-interaction zone when your dog retreats there. This gives them their own little sanctuary where they can unwind without interruption. Everyone needs that, even dogs. Are dogs sorry for destroying a shoe or stealing a forbidden treat? Do they even want to apologize? Or are those puppy eyes just for show? The answers may not be what you think. Check out this video where we unpack this topic, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and join our doggy-loving community.